Hello, friends. Welcome to Level Up with Debbie Neal. I am your host. There is nowhere I would rather be than right here, right now with you. This podcast is all about leveling up in all aspects of our lives. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Together, we are leveling up. You ready? Hello. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. So, when this podcast drops, first of all, what we're talking today is global events in your network marketing business, why they're so important, how they can really grow your business. And what really sparked my idea is that I'm going to be leaving for my global event. I'm actually going to be taking the stage 1 week from today that I'm recording. So a few days after this episode comes out. And so I'm really excited because I know that we have a lot of network marketers that listen to this podcast. But even if you're not in network marketing, you might have events in your business, like training conferences, like how these events can not only change your business, but really allowing them to change you. So when this drops, right, coming out on Monday, I am going to be leaving the following day for Las Vegas. And I am 18 years building my business. This is my 18th conference in Las Vegas. And for me, each and every time that I go, my vision grows, my belief grows, my love grows. I'm like, I am so blessed to be a part of my company. I'm so blessed to be a part of my industry. I'm such an ambassador for network marketing. So I want to talk today about the importance of these events and how they can make a huge difference in your business. And so first and foremost, my advice to you is to always go. Now, I want you guys to know, legally, I always want to say I'm a disclaimer. Legally, I have to say that my results in this industry are not typical, but my advice is not always going to be typical, okay? And so I always want to teach you, everything I'm sharing with you, you make an educated choice for your business, okay? But I always want to separate you from average. So most people in this profession, right? Because I am independent, my company doesn't pay, right, for when people want to go to the conferences. Well, when you get to a certain level, you can earn it, but people pay. It's an expense. And so most people view it as when I make money, I'll go, or when I have a team, I'll go. And there's this thing like in leadership, it's be, do, have. So like be what you want to see in your business, do the things that it takes to be that person in your business, and then you're going to start to see the results. So I know for me, and I've definitely told this story before, I started my business in May of 2006. So I got started. I became a consultant. I went online to order some products because now I want to use my products and really believe in my products. So right after I got started, the person that introduced me to my business said, "Oh my gosh, there's this conference coming up. You have got to go to the conference." So it wasn't our big yearly one, but at the time they had like bi-yearly ones also. So it was probably going to be about 5,000 or 6,000 people. And you've got to go, you've got to go, you've got to go. And I thought to myself, like, I just started. I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't have a team. I didn't sell a product. And she's like, "It's called Act Now and it's in Florida and you've got to go." And I'm thinking, well, I just did Act Now. Like I just started a business. I just ordered some products to fall in love with them so I could feel really confident when I shared them with people. And then I'm thinking, well, if I register, like it's a few $100s to register, and then I'm buying an airline ticket, and then it's a hotel. And I just kept like all of those things kept going in my mind. And then I was like, well, Deb, this is me talking to myself. You really want this to be a business for you. So act now and then figure it out. Like you've got the vehicle, make the money, generate sales, build a business to pay for your trip. So I started May 30th and this trip was going to be in September. And I also have to say that the person who enrolled me in the business, and this is like a really good training point if you're sharing the event with somebody, she painted the vision that I had to be there. She didn't say like, "Oh, like if you want to go," or "I know you just signed up and I don't really know if you can make it." She was like, You need to figure this out. Now, at the end of the day, I could make my own choice, but you need to remember something. An event is only going to have the value that you place upon it. She put a tremendous value on it for me. She was like, there's going to be 5,000 people there. There's going to be top income earners there. Your vision is going to be expanded. You need to be there. You need to be there. You need to be there. And I was like, okay, like if I'm looking to you, and again, I could have made my own choice, and I want to keep stressing that because some people are like, I listened to Debbie Neal's podcast and she told me I had to go. I didn't really want to go. No, no, no. You make your own choices. You are an adult. You're listening to my podcast. It's called Level Up with Debbie Neal. And so I am always going to teach you and inspire you how to level up in life. And so there was that story. So I went to that conference and I was at the third level of management, which was a great place to be. And I really thought, like, oh my gosh, I've got this great business, and I moved pretty quickly, and I built a team pretty quickly, and I sold a lot of products. And I was like, wow, I'm like really impressed with where I am. Well, let me tell you what that event did for me. It really took it. First of all, when you're young, not young, I was 36, but like coming in and you're kind of thinking you're all that. And I took a big ego hit because I was like, wow, look at these people that are so much bigger, so much better. And I don't mean like better in comparison, but like they had better businesses. They were earning more than me. And I sat there and I was like, this is very humbling, but it's also very exciting because I was like, there's so much further for me to go, right? So I left that event. I went there with a really big vision, and I left that event with like, I need to call every single person, everybody that's ever said no to me, everybody that ever thought I was crazy, everybody that was like a not now, follow up with me. I'm like, they need to hear from me. I called everybody with passion and vision and excitement. Like, honestly, I thought I was spitting all over the phone because I was just talking. I was like, everybody needs to hear this. And look, if they didn't come, they didn't come. If they thought I was crazy, be crazy. But I knew that my intentions were really, really in the good place. So now fast forward, that was September. The next big conference was Las Vegas, the one that I'm going to now. And so of course there was no question. I registered for that conference. It was at the MGM Grand. There was 18,000 people. It was sold out. I went, at this point now, I grew to the top level in my company. And gosh, quite honestly, I was like, I'm at the top. I went there with belief, with vision, and I thought with some humility. Then I went there and I saw these incredible people being recognized for width and income, and they kind of they seat you there according to rank. So I was a new leader that grew to the top of my company. So I was like basically at the top of the MGM. Like I was holding up the cement wall. And I was like, and I watched these leaders being recognized for these amazing accomplishments of building with them a business. And I was like, I'm coming back next year. And we're sitting on the floor. Like there's so much more work to do here. Like I really thought I got it. But then again, it's not just growing to the top of your company, your business. It's how much further can you go? How much more can you grow your vision? How much more can you grow your belief? How much more can you grow your skill set? How much more can you grow your discipline? Like we're always working and growing. Another reason why I love this business model so much. So first piece of advice is go, figure it out, go. Okay. If this is a business to you, figure it out. Number two, go to those events with a really big open mind. Like, again, in life, not just in our industry. In our industry, we have to be very, very legal. We want to be very compliant. We want to always show what the averages are. We want to always show what the typical results are. But let me tell you something. Let's say you were going to look at the people in the NFL. Do you think it's average that if somebody starts playing football at a young age, they're going to play for the NFL? No. You see these professional pop stars and singers. Do you think that, they did what the average person does to become a famous pop star? No. They understand probably at a young age that most people are not going to have concerts of their own. Most people are not going to play in the NFL. Most hockey players are not going to play in the NHL, but they do have the ability if they're willing to put in the time and the effort. And honestly, number one, they need to believe that they can. because whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. So the same thing goes in our industry. The same thing goes in network marketing. You're going to read what's typical. You're going to read what's average, but I'm going to challenge you to go in there with an open mind and believing that you've got what it takes to succeed in this industry. Like, go in there, believe whatever it is that you want to earn, you're with a company that you can earn it with, but you need to be willing to do the work. But it does start with belief. You need to believe you can. So develop it at that event. It starts with a vision. Do you have a vision of where you're going to be at the end of 2024? Do you have a vision of where you're going to be next year at your event? Because you need to see it in your mind in order to take those action steps. You need to see it in your mind before it's going to become your reality. If you don't see it in your mind, you're never going to take the steps. Go in there with a really, really, really open mind. I did not have any background in the network marketing profession when I started my business. I came to the table with something different. I was in training, which as you build a team, there's training. I was an athlete. I was a very disciplined athlete. I was competitive. I was a hard worker. That's something really, really valuable. But I also never sold a thing in my life. And I had no idea about this profession. I had no idea who would join me. I had no idea who I was going to sell to. I had no idea. I had to learn from the bottom up, just like everybody else. But I created this vision in my mind that I could. And I believed that I was going to succeed. And when you believe that you can succeed, you're going to take different action steps. You're going to talk different. You're going to walk in the room different. So when you're going to this event, I want you to develop that belief that you can do this. And when you see those people on that stage, that you realize, you know what? They're just a mom, or they're just a dad, or they're just a person, or they're just a college student, whatever it is. If they can do this, I can too. Number 3, be really, really fully present. Like, if you're going to I'm a big believer of this anyway, like, be wherever you are. Be wherever you are. So if you're there at that event, now look, all of us there will be people on my team that I love that won't be there this year for a variety of reasons. It's not the time I'm going to be calling them up and talking to them. It's not the time that I'm like, oh my gosh, let me fill you in on every single thing. Maybe I'll do that when I'm home. But I'm going to spend my time there, be fully present there. And the great thing about it, like, I know for us, our event starts on a Thursday. I'm going to get there on a Tuesday. These events are very, very social. Like, you're going to learn so much from the leaders on stage, but you're also going to learn so much from the person you meet in the bathroom. You're going to learn so much from that person that you introduce yourself to in the hallway. So they're very, very social. It is for me, like, I love my team, but be at every single training and be early. You have to remember, you're starting your brand. Like, every year I'll say to myself, okay, so if like the training starts at 9, every now and then I'm like, I'm so tired. I'm going to get there at 9, have somebody save me a seat. It was like, no, like, unless I'm being training or unless I'm being recognized, I'm there usually first in line to go and get seats with my team because I'm always early to things. So be at every single training, be early, have a pen and a journal ready, treat it like a university. You're going to have leaders pouring into you, and how you act at these events duplicates. When I've passed people in the hallway and I'm on my way to a training and it's very obvious they're not either. Like, they're not. So maybe they're wearing a bathing suit and a cover up, and I'm thinking, this starts in 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So clearly we're not going to the same place. But that also goes for physically and professionally. We're not going to the same place. If you want to go where the top people are, it takes being at these events. It's one thing if you could, fit the pool in between, or you want to network. And I'm certainly not here to tell you what to do. By no means, I'm here to give you advice and coach you to what I think is best, but you will never see a top earner around a pool when there's training going on, or any time around training. One of the things people said to me is, not everyone in that arena, and this goes for any corporation, right? any company is making $10,000 or more a month, but everybody that is making that is in that arena. So what it means is the top earners are always front and center. Get a really good night's sleep. Some people, like I know our conference is in Vegas. Some people might go out till all hours of the night. Again, I don't want to be like Mother Teresa here, but my advice is don't let that be you. You can have fun, but get a good night's sleep. Your business has the potential to be as big as you want it to be. The possibilities are truly endless, but it does start with how you treat your business. What you do duplicates. Hobbies duplicate. Not treating something as a priority duplicates. Treating something like a serious business also duplicates. Decide what you want out of your business and show up accordingly. Number 3, build for the events. So what do I mean by that? So most people in life wait, right? So when we're looking at these events, like most people know there's like going to be a really large event. It's going to be amazing. They wait to get inspired. Like, I know next week I'm going to get really, really inspired. They wait for the new products to be coming out. They wait for an event to set their soul and their heart on fire. And so, my friends, I want to remind you that that's your job, because you know my passion on the term ASAP, as soon as possible. You know how I feel about urgency. It's what you do prior to the event and at the event that has the potential to take your results from good to great. And so one of the best parts about being in the network marketing profession is that we have the ability to sponsor and enroll people to join our team. And I love sharing this with other people. It was such a gift. When somebody shared this business with me, it was such a gift. And so often people hold themselves back from playing full out because so many people fear rejection. And I want to challenge you. I'm not afraid to hear the word no. When we fear rejection, we are making it about ourselves. My passion is sharing the products and the business opportunity, and it's up to others to decide if it's a fit for them. As you're building up to an event, right? Build your team. I want you to think about this. What's better? You getting motivated and inspired at an event, or you and your team that you're building getting motivated and inspired at the event? What's better? You excited, like you alone, excited to see all the new products and share them with your clients, or having a team of people in addition to you doing the exact same thing? What's better? Your vision exploding 100-fold at the event and you calling every single person you know with a convicted heart to build this with you, or a team of people in addition to you doing the exact same thing? That is how your results go from good to great. That is how you maximize your results. That is how you separate yourself from average. Number 5, attending the events is great. It truly is. What it's showing is that you're committed to your success. But I want to bridge a gap here for you. Most people go to an event and build knowledge. I want you to attend these events and build action. So that number 5 would be build action. Take action. Act on what you've learned. Act immediately. Most people go to events that they're really pumped up and then it wears off. And that's motivation. And there's a difference between motivation and inspiration. Motivation comes from outside external factors, and inspiration comes from inside. So often we look at motivation, it's like taking a bath. It's like taking a shower. You get out of the shower, you feel really, really squeaky clean. And then you need another one the next day at minimum, because that clean feeling wears off. It's the same with motivation. It wears off. So you want to go and immediately take action. What did you learn that you can apply? What did you learn that you can do? What's a new technique that you can immediately implement, right? Immediately take action. Number 6, which is really tied into it, is build on it. Have a packed calendar before you go. Have a packed calendar when you're back. Schedule an in-person event as soon as you return home. I love old school, you guys. I know people out there don't do in-person events. I love them. That's the way I started my business. That's where I believe the magic happens. That's where the community happens. That's where the relationship happens. It's great that we do so much on social, but when you know the color of the carpet of the people you're building this business with, you watch the longevity. People just they stick together when they get to know each other on a personal level. So share the new products, share your new vision, ask people to join you, decide to go back next year with a bigger team, with a different management title, earning different awards, walking the stage. The best part, in my opinion, of this business model is the constant opportunity to grow your business, to grow your team, to grow your vision, to grow your mindset, to grow your leadership. It's more than the earnings. It's the ability to always have a goal to change and grow as a leader, to expand your vision, to not just stay the course. It's really easy to stay the course, but blaze the course. Blaze the course. Most people in life don't stretch. They avoid growth. They stay comfortable, then wonder why this profession doesn't work for them. This profession works. There's no guarantees for income, just like there's no guarantees in corporate America. You can't get a job today and then sit on your lazy butt and not do a darn thing and expect to succeed. Like, I'm sorry. Life doesn't work that way. You want to be in the top percent of anything, top athlete, you better go out there and hustle. You want to be top in your corporate job, you better go and hustle. You want to be top in the network marketing profession, treat it like a business. Slam that back door. Understand that you need to change and evolve as a person and grow and expand and push yourself and test yourself. It's more than just selling the great products. If you want to build a team, it's growing that leadership. So this business model works, but you need to work it. And as you sit at this event, I want you to challenge yourself for excellence. I want you to decide what level you're coming back a year from now. Journal what you're going to do different and get really, really real with yourself and decide how you're going to show up for your business. Be willing to change and allow this event to change you. And most of all, have fun. Like when you're there, build relationships. Get to know people, take lots of pictures, create memories, develop roots, develop bonds, create value for the event. Your team and your future team will see it the way you paint it. If you think it's a non-negotiable, so will they. And so after 18 years, I've never missed one, and I don't plan on it. And I want to give you an idea of how important these events are to me. So I have 4 kids. Most of you guys know that. They're my world. So let's just say one of them gets engaged and they're talking about booking a wedding. And they're possibly thinking about the same weekend of the conference. And they just say, like, Mom, like, we really want this weekend. They know better. You're not booking your wedding the weekend of my conference. Now, some people could say, what's more important? It's not a matter of what's more important. This is my livelihood. And before it was my livelihood, I treated it like it was my livelihood. That's how something becomes your livelihood. You have to give it the time and the respect. Let's say a friend, you're my friend. You don't know when my conference is. You're not in my business. You're getting married and you invited me to your wedding and it's the same exact time as my conference. I love you. I can't come. I can't come to your wedding. And so some people, one time somebody said to me, well, I guess that means that you have to be a crappy friend to succeed. No. No. My friends that know me, really know me, they know that this is a non-negotiable for me. Why? Because it's my livelihood. It's my business. It's how every single thing gets paid in my home. There's a level of respect around that. And everyone knows me and who loves me would never question it. So decide what you want this business to be for you and then show up that way starting now. Big events are life-changing. We have one life and no dress rehearsal. I love this profession so much. I love every single thing about it. And again, you might be listening. Most people building this profession, they don't build it to the size that I have. They don't want to be at the top. That's fine. But you got to remember what podcast you're listening to. Level Up with Debbie Neal. Okay. So allow yourself to fall in love with these events. And this I could tell you. and this is the truth. I'm talking truth, which I love to do. Okay. Once your business goes from your head to your heart, you become unstoppable. And when you love what you do, which we've all heard this quote, you'll never work another day in your life because you might be working hard, but you love it so much that you just love doing it. Dream really big, my friends. Really, really, really big. You're going to hear what is average in this industry. You are. Be what is possible. Be what is possible and allow these events to grow you so you can lead your team to limitless possibilities. I love you. And if I'm going to be seeing you in Vegas, I can't wait to meet you and hug you. I'm a hugger. You guys, we're one big community and I love it with every single thing I've got. I love it. See you there.